You said never let me go. 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 You said.
Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Prentice down here at Odom Homestead. It's on 7A, standing right here in front of this. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Prentice down here at Odom Homestead. It's on 7A, standing right here in front of this bananas. You can tell they like 6 foot tall. I'm like 5'5", almost 5'6". Let me show y'all this. My bananas, my guavas that I got planted right here, and a couple other things. What's coming in right now is them Concord grapes. They turning right now. Pretty sweet. Not happy with them too much. I done had them maybe like 5.5, 6 years, and I cut them back way back because they always get black rot on them. No matter how much foliage I keep off them, no matter what I do to them, they always get black rot. But we always get a few off of them. And I'll show y'all them in a minute. Right now, let's get back to these bananas. First up right here is that Orinoco banana. You can tell it's grown a lot. It's grown a lot. Look at all of these papaya seedlings that's coming up in between here from the compost. Can you see that? And the rest of these bananas are California Kings. And some of them the ones about 6 foot tall. They're getting pretty tall. This right here down here, it's a little pineapple guava I planted maybe about a month and a half ago. Got to get our Bermuda grass out of it, but that's it. Bunch of pups. Well, California Kings that need to be moved. You can see there. It's that other pineapple guava. It's growing a lot faster. I don't know, maybe because this one's getting a lot more shade from these bananas. Maybe. I don't know. It's growing a lot faster than that one was, and that was the same size when I planted them. And this is a dwarf Cavendish. Dwarf Cavendish. Like 4 foot tall, maybe. It's growing pretty good. Got 3 pups on it. And this one right here, that new addition, that's a Musu Cuminatus. Maybe 2.5 foot. No pups. I was hoping it pupped out in case it died back through the winter. I was hoping it pupped out, but you can see no pup shit. That's that clump of Musu Bayou. I moved over here earlier this spring. They're doing pretty good. So you can see I put cardboard down, some sheep mulch. I'm planning on putting some more wood chips down whenever I get some. That's how I do it. Most of the time I'll pull the weeds, so I didn't this time. Laziness. It's been too hot out here to do anything. But yeah, that's most of the time that's how I do it. I'll pull all the weeds most of the time. But this time I'll just lay a bunch of cardboard down, cover these weeds out, try to smother them out. Then I'll pile wood chips on it. This is the back of that car muscadine. That thing has been truly beast this year. This right here is that Violet de Bordeaux fig. Up above it is that blackberries. And that gooseberry. Around here on this side of it is the Olympic figs. Coming in nicely, looking great. This big beast right here is a LSU purple. No fig, but it is growing wild. I took a lot of air layers off of this thing, and look, it's a beast. But no figs. Understory, under some ever-bearing strawberries with some comfrey. This next fig right here, which don't have any fig, is that white Marcellus. Grandkids over there. And this one right here is that Beer's Black. I think it's got one fig on him. Yep, one fig. Tomato plant stuck in here. It ain't never really done nothing, just growing like crazy with no blooms on it. And behind it is some Boston pickling cucumber. Yeah, put them in wherever I can. This right here is a Ciela's fig. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 little figlets. This next fig right here is that brown turkey. Couple of figlets. And this is my Alberta peach. Got an air layer on him. Then there's another moose who buys you. Some strawberries down here, but you can't really tell it because the weeds done overtook it. I gotta get in here and clean this out. Then this Cadota. That's probably why this Cadota. See, oh man, look. One of my little figlets broke. I don't know how that happened. One broke off. Was bent off. That's sad. There's another one right there. I hope I didn't do that when I was mowing. There's a couple more right there. And this is a Cadota. Some Whopper strawberries planted underneath. And I'm gonna move all of them. And I gotta get in here and get all this oregano with Bermuda grass mixed in with it. Get all this cleaned up. And all this is oregano. 3 different varieties right here. See, it's flowering. It's right up above it. Alberta peach. This mainly my stone fruit and fig lane right here. Got a couple got an apricot and a few bananas over here too, and comfrey. Some raspberries. That's a red nectarine with some comfrey underneath. Another red nectarine with some comfrey underneath. Back here behind just that little 5-in-1 plum I planted this spring. That's a Carolina King banana. It's a raspberry patch in disarray. Gotta be cleaned out and thinned out. A lot of these canes will come out. Did you?
Yeah.
That's good.
Let us see it.
Yeah, let's see it. And it's that passion vine coming back.
Grasshopper.
Mm-hmm.
I go back with my friend.
That's there. Take y'all over here and show you how the pears is getting along. This first one up, it's a Bartlett pear. Got one little pear on it. Trying to bring it to maturity. And it's been in the ground the 2nd season here. Next one is a Mongolian or Mungo, however you want to say it. Struggling. No pears. Next pear is that pineapple pear. No pear. Little rose, white rose bush. My Kiefer pear has pears. There was one here, y'all. I'm telling you, that's why I ain't saying that. It was a pear here. Now it's gone. Here it is. Right here on the ground. There's 2 more here. 1 here. 1 right there. She needs a good trimming. That Mungo pear has been in the ground, I think, on 3rd season here. The pineapple pear, 3rd season here. This kefir pear, 4 season here. His first pear tree I planted was this kefir. That's a little treat. Let that get, set that around, let that get mature and soft. Eat that. Yes, sir. I sure will. Sure will. These tomatoes right here, some beefsteak tomatoes. They really ain't did nothing, man. I don't think we got a tomato off these things. I think I'm finna pull these up. And some basil underneath there. Next, coming up on my apples and herbs, a few other things. We got your basil underneath this Honeycrisp apple, and you got your lemon thyme back there. And my food persimmon, it hadn't even woke up. I mean, it hadn't did nothing this year. I scratched it so it's still green, but it hadn't did nothing. And some garlic, some onion chives. You got your sage. That thyme right there, it's been in the ground. I think it's the 5th season, which it's got a lot of die on it. I need to trim it back, and it's got Bermuda grass in the middle I need to take out. This is sage. I think it's the 3rd season. The sage been here, right underneath this Granny Smith apple. Then we got some oregano. You got your lemon balm. You got my wife's rose of sherry. Then you got Musu Baju back there, a little smaller, right underneath this golden delicious apple. And a new addition, that gala apple I just planted that needs to be staked. You can see this leaning is crooked. Needs to be staked up. And I'll get that right after this video. This little pomegranate that I planted, dwarf pomegranate that I planted this beginning of spring. It has grown like crazy. Comfrey always grow like crazy. That little apple seedling that I just planted at the beginning of spring. It's growing. Looks like it's gonna turn out to be a crab apple. We'll see. Because it kind of looks like this crab apple that come from Arbor Day. Another Musu Baju. You got your papaya seedling. Right beside this Red Delicious that's looking sad. And this Arkansas Black that's looking sad also. And this Musu Baju with another papaya. Some more onion chives. Got your beans right here, your pintos. Starting to put out a lot of flowers. Little pods. Little pods start to come in. That's good. That's good. Now we're over here where I got my citrus and guavas and some fig cuttings and hair layers. That first one up is that pink guava. I thought it was flowering, but it looked like it was just leafing out. It's looking pretty good. Looked pretty good. Had a lot of damage from bug bites, aphids, and I just started spraying them every morning. It looked like they starting to come back and do pretty good. And that one, this one right here is that white guava, white type guava. It's that kumquat that come from Bull's Garden. Shout out to Bull's Garden. This that twice foliage orange I grew from seed. This right here's a couple pineapple tops. Doing pretty good that I need to up pot. It looks like roots coming out the bottom. So yeah, gotta get them up potted. Another trifoliage orange. This right here is that grapefruit I grew from seed. And this tree right here is that mimosa tree that I got from Lady Cheryl Organic Food Forest. And this right here is another trifoliage orange. It's growing pretty good. And I got my little Myers lemon right here with some Olympic fig cutting stuck in it. And I found, man, it's a lot easier for me anyway to root my fig cuttings in my pots or my citrus or my guava, because I know I'm always checking and watering those, and it seems like I can get more success like that. So that's the way I do it. A lot of them, especially when it's in summertime, when it's hot, and plus they get shade from the big trees, from the tree. So it seems to turn out pretty good for me. And this right here is that Myers lemon I got from Bull's Garden. A couple of low quad seedlings. This thing right here is a spogan, y'all. I mean, this that Nangwami kumquat. It is flowering. This got so many fruits on it, I gotta thin out. But, yeah, the Guami kumquat. And that's that seed grown lemon. And this right here is a Morris blood orange. If you remember seeing the first video, you see how fast this thing has grown. The Morris blood oranges, they grow fast. It's a pretty good sized tree now. It's probably about 2.5 foot tall. And this right here is my baby that call him Mandan orange. You can see what I was talking about. The aphids had them. That's why the leaves is coming out curling. I think. I'm not for sure. That's what I think. I'm not an expert on citrus. This right here is Odom Homestead. These right here is Cialis LR. These two. This right here is the British Black. With some more cadodas down here. These right here is LSU purples. These right here, these three is brown turkey. Look like this one is struggling. I don't see no growth on that. I don't really even see the roots. Yeah, we'll leave them for a little bit. These right here is, these three is Olympians. And these right here is Cialis. That one looking pretty bad. That one's pretty good. Yeah. Guess I'll take y'all, show y'all full tour of everything. And this is one of the garden spots. Got some beefsteak tomatoes. Tomatoes is struggling right now, y'all. They're still putting off a few blooms, but I don't know. They might be ready to fizzle out. See another papaya seedling coming up from the compost. It looks like a pumpkin coming up too from the compost. Think of a pumpkin. That's a cucumber. This midnight snack is a beast. It just keeps pumping out tomatoes, and it's about 7.5 foot tall. Rest of the tomatoes is struggling. They got a couple of tomatoes and a few blooms on them. That's why I haven't pulled them yet. Besides, this one look like it might get pulled. I don't see no blooms on it or tomatoes. This one only got 3 little tomatoes on it. Some more blooms, but it's about 6 foot tall. This one got some blooms on it, so I'll leave them. Got a couple little tomatoes and some blooms on it. And peppers is starting to really pump out some peppers. Some of them looking yellow though, but they really got some peppers on it. I guess I need to hit them with some compost. Maybe that'll perk up some of that yellow. And basil trying to go to flower. Strawberry runners is going everywhere. That's alright. We're gonna let this bed be nothing but strawberries next year. And peppers is putting on a lot of flower sets. Got some little carrots coming up right here. Blueberry Lane by weeds taking over. Gotta get in there and do a lot of pruning. I'm gonna pull all these blueberries out, and I'm gonna put them all in this row right here this fall. So this area, planning on turning in it to where chicken coop is, chicken coop and run. We're gonna put that there. Some of these roses just growing out like crazy. Growing like crazy. Bananas back there by the gooseberry. Concord grapes. They're starting to turn right. little pinkish blush on it. Nice sweet. Really sweet. That's really good. Really good. Them little sets ain't doing much, but they starting to turn right. I think that's all. My little honey fig, Italian honey fig I planted this year. Look at it. Got a little figlet on it. Just noticed that. That's good. This was a 2-in-1 cherry. Supposed to be. But the pink side come alive. The bean side never did, so I cut that off. These lined up right here is in my 3 Nat King cherries and growing out the box. I got a lot of damage on them for some reason. Yellowing and sort of leaf, I don't know what that is. Probably the same thing with them. Same kind of insects that's attacking them roses. It was hitting with some soap and water, and it was helping. Helps a lot on keeping your beetles off of your grapevines too, because they love grapevines and cherry trees. Them Japanese beetles are attacking mine. And I put a couple teaspoons of dishwashing liquid and a liter of water in a squirt bottle, and I squirt them. And it take a couple, 2-3 minutes, but they died off. And I put some milk spores down last year, and I put some down this year. And I could definitely tell a lot less beetles than it was last year. So maybe next year I'll have a lot less than what I had this year. I heard it takes 3 years for it to really kill off the population. But you know, if your neighbor still got them, then it really don't matter. They're going to come to your stuff anyway. That's what I think. These are Niagara grapes. Pretty good size. Pretty good size. They ain't right though. They still firm. Oh, the ones I was just looking at, I forgot to tell y'all about. There's some Carl Muscadines, and I am impressed with these grapes this year, y'all. Let me tell you. I mean, they putting out sets after set, and I cut this thing back. I think it's the 3rd year, and I moved it because they was back there where the blackberries are, and I moved them up here last fall, and I cut them back heavy. I mean, heavy. If you go back to the first of the season, you can see. But these things, they got big clusters on them, and they trying to put on more fruit sets, and I don't think they have time before the season is up. But these things is growing like crazy. I mean, I'm in love with you, Mr. Carl Muscadine. You do your thing, baby. I ain't mad at you. Some Whopper strawberries down here beneath all these weeds. I gotta get up. But another Japanese beetle right there. And I ain't even got my squirt ball. But sorry, I'm gonna take him out. Y'all hold on for a minute. Alright. Oh yeah, you know, I was worried about this rose. It was one of my wife's rosebuds I transplanted. And it was looking bad, y'all. I was like, I told her, I was like, hey baby, I think I might have messed up and might have killed one of your roses. I think one of them might not make it. She said, you better hope it make it. So I prayed on it. Look, he coming back. He got new growth on it. He's coming back. Can't you say God is good? God is good all the time. There's another one I transplanted. It's doing pretty good. Yeah, she got roses filled all up through here. She loves roses. And they growing on me because they look like beautiful. And they draw in them pollinators. She'll put out the flowers. I'll put out the fruit. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Odom Homestead, Zone 7. Growing is my passion.